Mathematical tools. There are 6 chapters. No. First one, functions. Second one, functions. First part is functions. Second one is binomial expansion. Under that only binomial expansion. Differentiation. And third one is integration. Fourth one is vectors. Fifth one is vectors, matrices, all those things. And the next logarithms. And sixth one is logarithms and matrices. All are comes under one chapter, matrices. And geometry, total geometry. So these are the different branches under the mathematical tools. Functions, just now quadratic equation like that, f of x, f of t, f of v, f of y, like that we have discussed. I am not going into detailed discussion about this one. At where, suppose at here also we are using applications of differentiation for any function. For that purpose only we have to be, we must learn these functions, about this function. Nana. So differentiation, yes, I explained differentiation under the mechanics. Yeah, under the mechanics there are 3 different branches. Nana. One is statics, another one is kinematics, another one is dynamics. Right, Nana? Statics, kinematics, dynamics. I have started this topic, Nana, kinematics. Under this kinematics also there are 1D motion, 2D motion and 3D motion. Just our first class. So yes, the kinematics, under the kinematics 1D motion I have explained, explained successfully, Nana. Just one topic, relative motion only I left out the topic. Right, Nana? Because after learning the vectors only you will get the, you can understand the relative motion very easily. That is a process. Because, and this vectors is also the common topic. This is also the first topic under the 2D motion, Nana. First topic under the 2D motion. This vectors is also the first topic under the 2D motion, and little bit will be there under the 1D motion. That's why I left out that relative motion topic, and I am going to start this vectors. Today's our topic is vectors. Where we are, Nana? I think yes, I was started science, physical science, physics. Yes, next in that first year physics, in that mathematical tools and mechanics. Under that mechanics, kinematics. Mathematical tools and kinematics, 2 chapters I am going commonly. Under the kinematics there are 1D motion, 2D motion, 3-dimensional motion. Just I'm discussing these 2 topics combinedly, Nana. 1D motion and mathematical tools combinedly I am explaining. Is it okay? So under that almost 95% of the 1D motion completed. And in this also differentiation, integration also almost complete. Geometry also I'm not going to detail, and trigonometry is also there. So trigonometry also I explained very well about that. So just vector algebra is one special topic under the mathematical tools, and this is a first topic under the, it is very frequently using mathematical tools under this 2-dimensional motion, Nana. Is it okay? For that purpose just I am explaining, I am going to start this vectors topic today. So after completion of vector algebra only, I am going to discuss relative motion and 2-dimensional motion, 2D motion under the kinematics. This is a kinematics. Statics nothing but if any body is at particularly rest, or simply if it is having equilibrium force, it is getting equilibrium force is in equilibrium, then that time we have to be discussed about the that body which is at rest, that is called simply statics, Nana. So now I have started this kinematics. Kinematics is playing very, very important role in our JEE type of examination and a NEET type of examination and EAMCET type of examination. And by learning all those things only, These concepts only you are getting under the dynamics, under thermal physics, under modern physics, and electricity and magnetism. In every topic you will get this one, Nana. That's why I have explained combinedly this topic and 1D motion and mathematical rules combinedly. Around 45 classes I have taken, Nana. Around 40 to 45 classes I have taken. So this is very, very important thing, Nana. So that's why I'm explaining about these things. Now today's our topic is, yes, this much of subject we have learned, Nana. This much of subject we have learned, completed in online, through online classes only, through this NSV e-learning program only we have discussed, Nana. So it is very helpful to you. Suppose, yes, classes, offline classes, when they are started, whatever it is maybe, you are learning. So if they started at the end of the March also, you are ready to go do the, you are ready to write the exam, Nana. Like that we are preparing the program, right? Suppose if the classes, offline classes are started at the end of the March, then what happened at that time? Suppose 50% of the syllabus is decided at that time. Yes, you learn 100% of syllabus. Then what I do? We can write easily. We are happy at that time. So that is the main advantage of this NSE e-learning classes, Nana. This program is designed for that purpose only. Yes, we are learning. We are ready to for battle, right, Nana? So our topic is vectors, vector algebra or vectors. Vector algebra or vectors, Nana. Vector algebra or vectors. So now this vector algebra or vectors, this is a, I told you already, common topic for mathematical tools and kinematics 2D and 3D also. By learning about the vectors, you will become the topics are becoming very easy, Nana. So yes, under this, what is vector? I told you in the beginning of my classes, physical quantity. Yes, can anyone say what is physical quantity? Can anyone say, Nana? Physical quantity. What is physical quantity? Nana, can anyone say physical quantity?
The quantity which can be measured physically, sir.
That's it. The quantity which can be measured physically. The quantity which can be measured physically is called physical quantity. Those physical quantities are classified into two different types, Nana. Those physical quantities are classified into two different types. First one is scalar physical quantities, vector physical quantities, Nana. Scalar physical quantities and vector physical quantities. Scalar physical quantities are nothing but simply a physical quantity which is not required to, which doesn't have
Magnitude.
any direction, only magnitude. To explain that physical quantity, we require only magnitude, but there is no requirement of direction, only magnitude is required. Suppose if you went to any shop to buy the sugar, you ask, give me 2 kg of sugar. You asked the shopkeeper, give me 2 kg of sugar. 2 kg, just it is a quantity which has only, here there is no requirement of 2 kg of sugar in the north direction, 2 kg of sugar in the direction. Is there any requirement direction? If you ask like that, definitely they will send you to the mental hospital, Nana. Right? Definitely they will send you to the mental hospital because 2 kg of sugar, that's it. Like that only. You need not to worry about the direction. So that is the main advantage. Yes, this the main property of the scalar. Scalar physical quantity nothing but a which requires only magnitude to explain any physical quantity. Yes, only magnitude is required. There is no discussion of direction. Then that physical quantity is called scalar physical quantity. Suppose both magnitude and direction is required. This also I discussed in the classroom, middle of the discussion at somewhere. Right? Yes, both magnitude and direction is required to explain about any physical quantity. If we require both magnitude and direction, then that is called a vector physical quantity. Is it correct? Is it correct, Nana? Can anyone say? Is there any other property? To decide it is a, if you want to decide this physical quantity is a vector, then so many students are thinking like this, sir, if it has magnitude and direction, that's why it is a vector. No. In addition to that, it should be obey
laws of vectors.
Yes, laws of vector or addition. Yes, laws of vector. Right, no? Addition law of vector. Right? If it is a, if you want to say it is a vector, then definitely it must obey the addition law, vector addition law. Addition law. Then it should be a vector. Everyone should definitely forget this one, Nana. But actually, this is a important property for that to that physical quantity. If any physical quantity you are saying this physical quantity is a vector, then definitely it should follow this vector law of addition also. Everyone should forget this one. Please keep it in mind. In addition to these two properties, both magnitude and direction, we require this. So, right, Nana? We require this addition of vectors, addition laws of addition of vectors. Right, Nana? So, that is also very, very, very important property. Yes, all of you completed SSC recently, just 3, 4, 6 months back you have completed. In that also you have learned electric current, Nana. Electric current passing through the cable. Definitely it is passing in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. You are saying, Nana. Right? You are saying electric current is passing through this cable in particular direction. Then is it a vector? Electric current.
Yes. Sir, if it obeys laws of vector addition, then it will be vector.
But it is not obeying. In
it is
all the
quantity,
cases, in all the cases, electric current doesn't obey the vector laws. Right? That's why it has both magnitude and direction, but it is not obeying this one. This addition, vector law of addition is not obeying. That's why definitely electric current is not a vector physical quantity. Just all the students, so many members, definitely by seeing that, by imagining that, definitely it should be a vector. It is not a correct one. It is not a vector. Electric current, it has both because 5 amperes in this direction. In this direction we are saying direction is mentioning, but it is not obeying the.
Vector law of addition.
Vector law of addition. That's why it is not a vector physical quantity, right? So this is not a vector physical quantity. Electric current is not a vector physical. Even though it has both magnitude and direction, it is not a vector physical quantity.